Hey y'all, my name is Rady B and welcome back to my channel. So my channel, if y'all are OGs and y'all been watching from like the beginning, my channel is like a girl talk lifestyle kind of channel. And then I just kind of popped my dude into the channel and we didn't really introduce him properly. Well, we did at one point.
It was supposed to be kind of like a what do you call that? Like a formal introduction.
A formal introduction.
But we didn't get to that point.
And I felt like I just popped him on the channel and y'all might have been like, who is this? Like, who's that? You know what I mean? So we wanted to do like a formal introduction. I wanted to formally introduce him to the channel after a long
thoughtful process.
So yeah, we had to think and talk because
Essentially, the whole channel was supposed to be a couple thing.
That's how
well, she started it with her, her lifestyle, her, a little bit about her and things like that. And she was gonna incorporate me, but then shit went south or whatever. But then now we're back. Yeah. So we're gonna, introduce myself.
So we're gonna share like kind of all that with you guys. But for that, I feel like you guys kind of need to know our backstory, because if we're trying to build this new relationship and do these therapies and things like that, you guys are probably wondering, okay, well, who the fuck are y'all? How long have y'all been together? How do y'all know each other? And we didn't do that. So we had to like kind of reverse. This video is kind of like, I guess, late, but we wanted to just let you guys know like who we even are. So formal introduction. Hello, everybody. This is my partner, Carlos, okay? I don't even think they know your name.
No, they probably don't.
This is my partner, Carlos, everybody, okay?
Raised in California, San Diego, born and raised. Just a little bit about me. I mean, a lot of people probably know me out here as, I don't want to say on camera.
You got a bad reputation.
But not a bad reputation, but it's like more like, they know me as, the person that be out there, hustling, making moves and things like that or whatever. I kind of want to, do a little backstory on that. So basically, me growing up in San Diego, I really wasn't, I didn't really have shit. I pretty much grew up broke as fuck. I never had anything. So it kind of gave me a mentality of me wanting to get things, and
that's understandable.
So it's like, it kind of gave me like a purpose. Like, so by the time I was like, I think in middle school, right? I was like 13 or something like that. Around that time, but before that though, what had me, kind of getting that hustle mentality was that, I don't know, you guys remember Payless, right? I'm sure you guys remember Payless. So anyway, I come from a family of 8, right? We never had shit. So that day did it. So that day basically, I had some, some fucking Payless shoes, and I always like Fila's. Fila's around that time, when they hit.
Yeah, Fila's, I remember.
So I remember
the Grant Hill?
Writing. I remember writing inside my shoe, right? Because you couldn't tell what kind of shoe it was. And I wrote in my shoe, and I wrote the little Fila sign. You know what I mean? But by the time I got home, my shoe was like erased. And I was getting clowned for it, right? So I got roasted, I got clowned, whatever, And so, it started from that. It started from like hustling little things, like breaking into, washing machines back in the day. Nowadays you have to use a credit card or some shit. But it started like that. So anyway, it evolved after a while. It evolved, and I was good at it. I was good at making money. So I was like, let me just put my mind into something like that. In high school, doing hustles on the side or whatever. Finally I would get my Jordans. Finally I got my,
That's a big deal to kids too. Like especially boys. I feel like I got your shoes.
Yeah, it was all
in high school.
So fresh. What I'm trying to say is...
Okay, well, pause. Okay, so y'all kind of have an idea of his background. So the crazy thing is, actually, I grew up like literally opposite. I wouldn't say privileged, but it wasn't like that. I wouldn't say we were rich or anything like that, but we didn't. I didn't have to worry about. Yeah, I didn't have to worry about what I was gonna eat at night, or my father was in high ranking in the military. My mother worked for a science company. Anyway, we just didn't have those kind of problems. You know what I'm saying? But so people might be confused as to like how we even vibe, or like where do we connect, or like what's, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I think,
you know what I'm trying to say, baby?
The way
making sense.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like
what do y'all have in common?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking. Yeah, that's what I'm.
Well, I think what we have in common is.
Well, first of all, so let's tell them the story. So how we met, right? Okay, so let's really break it down. So you might be thinking like, if he's so ghetto, then how come y'all went to the same high school? All right, so where we stay in San Diego, there was like an older community of homes, right? And then all of a sudden they started building these brand new houses. So when they started building those brand new houses, my parents were I think we bought the first house on the block in the new development, okay? But they hadn't made a high school for that side yet. So we had to go to school with the ghetto people side. No, I'm just playing. So we mingled with the other side, okay? So before this, I had grown up in a predominantly, I guess you could say, black neighborhood. So for me to go down there like my first day at school, just to be honest,
It's
I was
kinda
culture
like
shock.
culture shock, yeah.
I was culture shock because the school was like probably like 94% Mexican, and I had never been around that much Spanish speaking and that many, you know, non-black people. Like it was awkward to me, to be honest. I was like, what the fuck? Where the fuck am I? Like I'm not used to this. This is so different. But I joined the cheerleading squad. When I joined the cheerleading squad, it wasn't like, oh, you're black and you're Mexican. It was just like, these are my cheerleading homegirls, and we were all friends. You know what I'm saying? And Carlos was on the football team. So I got more comfortable. I made friends. I actually started to really like that school, actually. So now, me and Carlos were in 2 different groups. Like I hung out with the 5 black people that went to that school, and Carlos more hung out with like the football players. So we never really hung out in high school, but I do remember him because he was popular with like all the girls, like the cutie pie or whatever. I remember seeing him one time and I was like, that's the dude y'all be talking about? Like, that nigga's not all that. Now
look at her now.
I know, right? Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
But you know what? I was always to myself, and it's funny because a lot of girls used to think that I was like, because I didn't pay attention. Yeah, I didn't pay attention to them. So I was like, bitch, like, I'm not tripping. Like, what the fuck? I'm over here making money. I'm not tripping.
I remember all the girls wanted Carlos.
Yeah, I remember that shit was funny. So going back to the story, like we used to be in different crowds,
just different groups. Okay, so now you're wondering. Okay, so then how did y'all? Okay, so like I said, so what happened? So Carlos went his way. Well, what did you do after high school?
So after high school, I took off. Right, I had a job at a Macy's. So at this Macy's though, I was doing a bunch of like fucking, you know what I mean, a bunch of like scam work, like bro, way before all these scammers were out there. I swear to God, like I was, Macy's? I was.
Can you still get in trouble for that? I guess not.
Nah,
yeah,
everybody was.
We shouldn't put this on here.
Nah, that was a long time ago. So what the fuck, you know? But anyway, so I was, into shit like that. So whatever, like I thought I was a shit. You know what I mean? I was 18, had my own apartment and everything.
You thought you was that.
I was. I really was. 18 years old. You think you're this shit. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's a lot of stories in between that. And then I started kind of, like I said, it was like a progressing into different things. I even got into the music thing. Little studio or whatever. Had things going on. And then I got busted.
Pause. So pause. Stop your story right there. Okay, so around that time, after high school, y'all know my story. I told you guys. If you don't, I'll link it up here so y'all can kind of mesh the 2 stories together.
There you go.
So so go ahead and check that out. I'll link it. Y'all know I was dancing. I was like in a downward spiral. I was working at Nordstrom, so I kind of had a double life. Again, just check out the video. Go ahead and click that, and then come back to this one, and then we'll start to merge the stories.
Make more sense.
Yeah, we'll start to merge the stories together. So we didn't have contact. He went off and was living his life. I went off and was living my life. Carlos had his son. I had my daughter. We didn't really have contact like that at all. After I got out the military, I ended up moving to Florida with my daughter, and I didn't really know anybody, and I was homesick. So I would spend a lot of time on Facebook just watching my friends and friends from high school and seeing what they were doing. And I remember, I think you had commented on one of our friends.
I think I did something like that.
Yeah, sorry y'all, my camera died. So where were we? So so I was like homesick, and this is when Facebook had kind of not really first came out, but when I first started using it.
It was kind of booming around that time.
Yeah, so I would be like just looking at friends back home, like, just missing them and looking at them going to parties and stuff like that. And I had saw that he left a comment on one of our mutual friends' post or whatever. I was like, who is he? And I was like, that name looks familiar. So who is this? And I looked and I was like, he looks familiar, but I'm not sure if I know this dude. And so I was looking, I was like, he kind of cute. I was like, he looked way better than high school. If that's him, because you looked way different. I was like, if that's him, he looked way better. And then so I actually hit him up and I was like, did you go to Montgomery?
Well, at that time, I think we added each other, and then I looked to see who you were. So I was like, okay, I remember her. Like, damn, she looked different. Like, damn, she got thick. I was like, okay. I liked a couple pictures. You know what I mean? And then that's when you hit me up. You sent a message or whatever.
I think I was like, not really the aggressor, but you was just liking pictures. And I was like, man, all that, nigga, what's out? So I was just like, no, I mean, I was like that, but I didn't say that. I was like, I guess I'll be the one to introduce myself. And I was like, did you go to Montgomery or something along those lines?
Right.
And then he was like, yeah, no, you didn't say anything. And then it was like maybe like 5 minutes later, and then you were like, I'm sorry, I was just looking through your pictures to make sure you weren't a creep. Something like that. And I like that because usually, men, they're like scared to say something like that. You know what I mean? Because they probably feel they're gonna fuck up their chances.
Right.
So I was like, oh, he got a little personality.
Yeah, because I think after that, like, we just started like going back and forth or whatever.
We were just messaging,
and then we were like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna just give you my number. Hey, just hit me
I
up.
remember. Yeah, you did say
I
that.
said, just hit me up. And then I didn't think she was going to hit me up. And then she called.
I was on my way to school. I remember because I was at school at Valencia College in Orlando, and I remember I had a late class, and I was like, I had got to school early, and I was like, I'm gonna call him. And I remember this day. It's funny you said that because I remember being in the parking lot,
Right.
and I called you, and honestly, I was like, I don't like his voice. At the time, I had a real particular type.
Yeah, she was like into them dread dudes.
No, they didn't have to have dreads,
and all
but
that.
like, you know, like around.
She was like in some fantasy world.
You weren't my type, okay? And I was not your type. Carlos likes tall women, and he says I'm very short. Yeah.
Like,
We weren't, and that's the crazy thing that we always trip out on, because we were not each other's type at all, all. And we were on literally 2 different coasts.
Right.
But ever since then, I will say our communication has been A1. He likes to talk. I like to talk. You know, I like to listen to him talk. He don't like to listen to me talk. He like to hear himself talk. But so yeah, basically that's how we met. Okay, and it just spiraled into there. But our relationship, y'all, oh my,
It's been exciting.
exciting. That's what you call it.
I mean,
Tragic.
The fuck is he talking about?
Nigga.
nah, fuck all that. Look, I mean, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Look, this is what it is. Like, people are so fake out there. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, I'll give you that.
people are so fake out there that
I like where this is going.
They don't have that genuine, vibe, I guess you could say.
Okay.
So it's like we've been through so much, so we don't hide shit from each other. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
we just
I will say that.
we just real. Like,
I will say
if I
that.
say something I don't like what the fuck she said, like, I'll tell her straight up. Like, I don't even like what the fuck
true.
you said.
And you know, like I said, I think it came from that because think about it. Our relationship started
I was never on
long distance.
Right. I was never like apologetic about being me. You know what I mean? Even though she didn't like my accent or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like,
At the time, yeah, I was like,
yeah, she didn't like none of
I
that.
don't
So
like
it's
that.
like, so whatever, you know what I mean? Like, but she kept calling though. That's the
I
thing.
sure
She
did.
did keep calling.
Yeah, I did.
She kept calling. She kept texting. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And then finally she came over, right?
Because I was working at the time. I just fresh out the Navy. I was doing substitute teaching. Then I worked at BB at night. I had another job too. One other job. I was doing substituting, BB. Oh, and I was doing full time. I was in school full time. Felt like a job, but yeah. So I was in school full time. I would substitute in the morning, and then I would do the night shift at BB.
Right.
But like during my little breaks or when I was driving from one place, I'd call my baby.
Yeah, she would hit me up.
And he gave me like, you reminded me of home. You reminded me so much of like Cali. So it was like, I gotta meet him. I gotta see if the vibe is the same in person.
She was fucking with the Cali dudes.
No, because I had a boyfriend out there.
Because she was
too.
already too like.
I had a boyfriend out there.
Yeah, but
he wasn't
she-
my boyfriend, but
She was like, I mean, she was like thinking about it or whatever.
yeah, it was living between y'all two.
And then, but then she came out
was a
here,
competition.
and it was over. That was a wrap.
And yeah,
after
and then
that.
when I came out here, I was like, okay.
That was a wrap.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's actually true, baby. That's actually true.
Yeah, I know.
Well, the first time we
I know.
kicked it, I was like, oh yeah, I like him. I like him.
That's it. That was it.
He's
After
cool.
that,
Yeah, I
I
like
swooped her off the feet.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's actually true.
Put that
But
shit in
then
there.
it was okay. So it was like I would come out here. My dad would buy me a ticket once a month to come out to visit my daughter and just see my friends out here and stuff like that. And we would always like kick it, and we used to have fun.
Well, my dad had passed away. I had crashed my car, and I was going down.
Yeah, you was
I was going
going
through
through
it.
it.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then I told her, I was like, and I'm never gonna forget this fucking. And she don't like it, but I told her, look, I got these problems. She's like, your problems are my problems. And once she said that, I was like, you know what? All right, I got a writer right here.
Yeah, I thought you had a few little problems, like, oh, my
So-
check late. I didn't know you had the problems you had, y'all.
I had some
okay,
problems.
we need to have we'll do another girl talk because I need to really talk to y'all without him being here because yeah. Let me tell you something. Don't you ever say no shit like that. Don't be like me. Don't you ever say no
But
shit
you know
like
what?
that.
You know what? The whole thing just kind of played out how it's supposed to. Look where we at now. Now
Baby.
I mean,
yeah, but it was bad.
I mean, there's still a lot to work on. There's still a lot to work on.
Okay, keep going because y'all we ain't really even getting
So anyway,
to the nitty gritty.
so a lot of drama happened, and around that time I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to be in a relationship because see the type of guy I am, the type of man I am, it's like this. It's like if I do something, I always put my all into it, no matter what it is, picking up trash or whatever. So it's like I didn't want to do her like that. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to be that type of dude, that just plays games or whatever. Like, cause that's what I don't do. Like I don't play games. Like if I want to, you know what I mean? Like I guess I could say that,
You
right?
can say what you want to
If
say.
if I want to, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I just want, you know what I mean? I don't play no games. So anyway, that right there, I didn't want to do. So I told
But I
her.
was a player too, baby.
And you were, I know.
That's what you're failing to realize.
Shut your ass up.
And this is the
I
thing,
knew. I knew.
But that's the thing. But I told you. That's why I was like, okay, so are we gonna do this? Am I gonna drop my hose? I mean, are you gonna drop your hose? Is that what we about to do?
And we did.
And I did. I did. Yeah.
Nah, we did. But I mean, like I said, then some shit happened. That I mean, I don't want to get into all these details. You know what I mean?
You don't want to get into details.
Well, I mean, I don't want to get into all these details because you know there's other people involved. So you know what I mean? It's kind of privacy thing.
Right.
So anyway, you know, basically, I was doing some things or whatever. You know what I mean? And like I say, I was still fighting demons and shit, whatever. You know what I mean? So
fighting demons. Y'all know y'all know what the code word for that is.
So I was still doing that.
Fucking hoes.
You know, whatever you want to call it. But anyway,
the main demons.
I was still doing all that, and you know, it got to a point where, you know, I was pretty much out of control, and you know, shit went south again.
Shit, y'all. We've been through a lot of shit, y'all.
We've been through a lot. So that happened.
We ain't even telling details. Maybe once we get more comfortable.
I mean, it's not. I don't want to tell details because it's like
old, and we are trying to start over. Okay, so like, we didn't even tell them about you went to jail. That was
so that's the thing. And then so that's what I'm saying. It all went south again. Like, but this time it was in a big way. You know what I mean?
That's
so
when
like I said, I don't want to get into
family
details.
Started to it got crazy.
So you know what I mean? Her mom kind of hates me. You know what I mean? Like,
don't say that. My mom's not a hateful person.
Well, I mean, she don't fuck with me.
There's a lot that happened to where it's this discord, but. The point of this, we didn't just turn on the camera to tell you guys all our problems.
Yeah.
The point of this is we're at a part where we're regrouping, okay? And we wanted to bring you guys along the journey, okay? Because, like, people usually, when it gets tough, they be like, man, fuck that nigga, fuck that bitch. I'm not, and it's just over. We've been at that point so many times. And maybe y'all are at that point, or maybe you guys have been in that relationship before. You're like, maybe we should have worked it out, or...
But see, look, here's the thing. Here's the reason why I think, you know what I mean, we haven't let this go, because
of
even
the initial bond.
Yeah, it's the initial bond, and not only that, but it's like all these things were circumstances. How can I say? Like, I'm not that type of person, you know what I mean? But I was just going through some shit. That's it. So it's like I kind of woke out of that, you know, 5 years that I did. I had time to reflect, to actually be to myself and heal. And I got to know myself. Like,
yeah, so that's basically where we're at, okay? So, like I said, I feel like I just kind of popped him on the channel, and you guys were like, who the fuck's this guy? And like, what the fuck? And so that's where we're at, okay, guys? So we've been through hella shit. We've been together, it's going on 8 years now, babe. It's almost 8 years, okay? So when we give you guys advice tips, like, it's not some bullshit, okay? Everything that we talk about, we've been through it more than 5 times, okay? So... And that's where this channel starts.
Okay. Let me say something real quick too. So we took these therapy classes, right?
Oh yeah, about this therapy.
And these therapy classes,
because of all the trauma. Okay, we gotta set up the scene. So because of all the trauma, okay, and again, we didn't even really get down to the nitty gritty, but because of all the things that have happened in our relationship, the cheating on both sides, okay, the incarceration, the family drama, we decided. Well, as Carlos was about to get out, we decided that we wanted to take therapy because we knew we were going to need it, you know? So... For
this to work.
Yeah, we wanted it to work. Well, the first thing is you have to want it to work, and we did, but we knew that with everything we're going to need help. So we enlisted the help of a counselor, professional, right? Tell him, baby.
So here's my thing. This is what I was telling you, because you know, before doing these videos, you know, Brady asked me, she's like, but we don't know shit about anything. People ain't gonna listen to. We're not professionals. We don't have to be professional. And the thing is this: we actually been through some shit. You know what I mean? And it's like asking, you know, a bum.
Don't say bum. Homeless man.
A homeless, whatever. It's asking a homeless man like how to make money. Like, okay, you know what I mean? It makes no sense, right?
But they be making money though.
Some do nowadays. Some do.
Yeah.
How the fuck are we gonna ask somebody that's never been through that? You know what I mean? That same situation. So how are they gonna give us the tools that we need? We've been through so much. Why not share that experience with other people? You know, because other people might have words.
I feel like finally now, which is, I don't know if this is healthy or not, but like after all this time, after these almost 8 years, it's like we're finally doing it the right way. We finally have the tools. We finally have the communication tools. We finally have the patience. We finally have the maturity to like really do this the right way.
Yeah,
you know
anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. You know?
Yeah.
You just you have to want to. And I think nowadays a lot of people are really, really selfish. And it's cool to get to know yourself. You know, it's cool to get to know who you are. But once you do that, you have to share that.
Right.
You know, you just have to. Because if you don't share it, then what the fuck are you gonna do? You're gonna
Right.
die by yourself. You know, all your life thinking that you're the shit
true.
or whatever. You know, you just
That's
have to
true.
share. Share what you learned. Share what you went. You know, you went through the whole. You know, the whole experience. It's a human experience, man. We all go through the same shit.
It's okay.
So we're starting a new series, all right? Couples therapy, right?
Yeah, couples therapy.
So, but we have.
we did a part 1 already, which
Yeah,
was like
well-
communication.
What we have in mind is basically lacing you guys up. You know what I mean? What we have in our
Tools that we
experience
use.
that works for us.
Right.
And it will make sense because, you know, we're both not perfect. You know what I mean? Like I've done my share of shit. She done her share of shit. So it's like,
Yeah.
we come from that. So
It's not
I hope it can relate.
we're so perfect and this is
Right.
what you do according to the book.
We ain't doing all that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? We real people. Like we came.
Right.
You know what I mean? We came from the fucking.
Streets.
We came from the mud. You know what I mean? So it's like
Our relationship been through the mud.
through the mud. So it's like I hope you guys can relate to this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't want to put all our business on the internet,
Yeah,
right? But
just know that we've been through some shit.
just know.
That's it.
Just know. It's
So,
but yeah, you guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for rocking with us. Stay tuned. So make sure to like, comment, hit that subscribe, that red subscribe button right there. I know subscribe seems like you have to pay or something like that, but you don't. Right there, the little red one. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.